Alright, welcome back to another series. We have Ort the Orc. The best of the best. So with this, I just want to play something strong. So what's strong? Orcs are strong. What else is strong? Heavy armor is strong. What else is strong? One-handed weapons are strong, especially when you dual wield them. So that's what we're doing. Starting off, we're just going full smashing memes here. I want to go... it's between Talos and Zenithar. I'm trying to decide. If I find a good mace, I'm going to go... I think I should have gone Zenithar, but what I end up doing is just going Talos for the stamina regen. The usual selection. I do white wine here instead of Nord mead like I normally do. But I do a Kinnereth necklace so that I can get some more stamina. Because with the orcs, you already have so much health to begin with that you don't really need the Nord mead. You can do white wine to help with your stamina issues. So that's what we opt for here. Vegetable soup. And not red. Because red is fine later when we have tons of armor, but for now we'll want to do white. Because we don't have that much armor early. Because we haven't gotten our full set of heavy armor because we don't have our perks. The rest are just usual choices. So this is going to be a lot of bandits. With this kind of build, Ladystone, Orc, one-handed, heavy armor, you do a lot of damage early. And we get lucky with our mace find, which we're going to see up here at the Talos Shrine. So that we really just can like just smash through all the early game bandits. So should be fun. And we'll get started with our favorite running away encounter. Dip, dive, duck. No, it's dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge. The 5 Ds of dodgeball. Little FOV correction. So yeah, we're Ladystone, Orc, heavy armor, one-handed were my first 2 perks. Banking my third perk to save for getting heavy armor 20 and getting all 3 heavy armor perks, so I can freely run around in our heavy armor. And luckily for you guys don't have to see me run between dungeons in heavy armor with 70 some movement speed, so there's that. And then you can see it already. The Orcish mace. Super, super lucky. And you're going to be seeing that a lot. The juicy power attacks. So with the Orcish mace early, we can do this mage, because, I mean, you could probably do this mage with an iron mace when you're an orc lady. Because we have plenty of stamina regen from our white wine and our vegetable soup and our Ladystone. And then, yeah, just the power attack bonus that orcs get just scales so incredibly well. Especially once you get higher and higher attack damage. It just scales more and more. And with dual wield as well, because you get more attacks with your power attacks. Here we get bamboozled once again. I think it's 2, and there were like 3 more above that came, and the ones from the treasure chest come. So it's like 6 wolves here. The second run through that you'll see me jump to the logs for safety to dodge these wolves. But that's why we have our trusty cure disease. But we do get lucky, and I don't think we have to pop it here. So the ultimate goal for this is to go for Molag Ball, dual wield, with axes, which is why I went for Talos early, but I found such a good mace that we just do Talos with maces. The stamina regen from Talos is good anyways. But we're going to go Molag Ball, try and just get tons and tons of power attack damage, dual wielding, heavy armor, the whole kit and caboodle. The last time I did this build, I bugged out Mirak because I did so much damage as a vampire dual wielder. But so we'll try and attain the same levels of power this time around, if we can make it through. So in between the Sunlight build and this one, I did play a sneak build. I briefly posted the first episode for my channel members. It was going to go up today, but then I was continuing to film, and I got all the way to going to kill Mercer, and I died to a trap in the Dwarven ruin there. So I just figured, might as well just start something new. I hadn't actually posted anything yet, so I just deleted that video and started a new series. Still trying to figure out the best way to coordinate this kind of format with how much to record ahead of time, how much to edit, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, reliably 3-shotting bandits is really nice. Ooh. He spaced me pretty well there, but then I spaced him even better. So we're going to be jumping from what do I want to say? From fight to fight here. Cutting in between, just so you get pure action, especially for this first episode. The first episode I think I want to do for these builds is just like pure bandit slaying action. And a build like this, we can fit a lot of bandit content in. So in the first day with this build, I go clear to Urbanon. Spoilers. But it was about an hour and 5 minutes or something of footage. And I put it down to 40 minutes. So yeah, you can tell just from that, only in an hour there was only 20 minutes of not bandit slaying, which is excellent. We didn't do any vendoring, nothing. We just go straight from bandit camp to bandit camp. Very good. Very good. Get our insights. I think we get 3 here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And treasure map 4, which is really nice because that's the other. Yeah, there you go. There's the other treasure map that's right near Riverwood. So we get our heavy armor to 20, then put the rest into one-handed. 1 level up, and we can get all 3 of our heavy armor perks so that we can start. So leveling up, I'm just swapping between stamina and health, going for one-handed weapon damage and attack speed. So every level up, we're getting more and more DPS. And it's beautiful. Alright, so we got our heavy armor. Yeah, sitting at a nice and cool 78 movement speed. But it's no issue. Who needs to kite enemies when you can just absorb their hits and then just kill them? More wooden club meme bandits. Gotta love it. Nice try, guy. Nice try. If only you could space correctly. But you're just a dumb NPC. Interesting gear combination. He's got really nice heavy armor, but he just leather cuirass. Like steel plate, boots, and then leather cuirass doesn't really make sense. But you know, bandits never make sense. We've got our ranged boy here. We can just run him down. Skadoosh. Oh my. Totally destroyed him. Out of this world. Smashed him into the shadow realm. Nice thing about being an orc is you can just Yum, yum, yum. Eat all that raw food that you accidentally pick up when you pick up your coin purses with pickup radius on. Decent insight luck here in our first dungeon. I'm going to level up some more, get my one-handed up. Yep, one-handed up to 25. And level up. So yeah, full damage. Either one-handed base damage or attack speed. So full DPS, I should say. Here's our treasure map 4 chest. It's a bit ambitious taking the ingots this early. I don't think that's going to last because I'm going to run out of carry weight and I'm just going to drop them, but I had a dream. Oof, feels bad to be a light armor bandit. Who wants to play in light armor when you can play in heavy armor and not have to worry about anything? Just kill everything. Get some of the salmon, and now I can craft some bestial stew. I won't use this now because my vegetable soup is still going, but it's good to have in my back pocket, so to speak. And here we're so much of a Chad. Of course, we're going to choose the He's Dead, your next option. That way, that gives us more bandits to kill. It's glorious. It's glorious. It's polar opposite from the Sunlight build, where we were doing pretty good damage, but we were not one comboing them this early. Eventually we were, but not this early. At level 3. So really with this build, the only thing we have to worry about is really high armor pen enemies and tricksters. And 2 at once is even worse. Nice. The physics is so funny. This is actually a pretty high level archer too.
What was that? Someone there?
Release the hound. Why smash my orc brother? Systematic dismantling of the bandit organization. That's how we do.
Here we go.
Let's take on Hashvar. Ooh, feels bad. Right in the nads. He propped him up for us. Get our fortify, and you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time to jump. No, it's Valheim time. Valheim time. Shh, beep. Are we gonna level up? Give me that milk. Perfect. All right, nice. And we're going to just go straight into one-handed. Deliberating here for a bit, but yeah. We're just going to want to maximize our damage early. Since we already have so much health. And, tankiness. That's a long deliberation here. Okay, 36 one-handed. Excellent. Level up. Yeah, but back and forth. Health, stamina, health, stamina, health, stamina. And at this point, I'm still thinking that I want to go axes, so that's why I'm not going into the mace focus, opting more for the attack speed, which is fine, because we do plenty of base damage here. Alright, little Valheim time. Not a good start when you're wasting like your whole stamina bar on the very first enemy, but you know, I'm sure we'll be alright. And I opted not to preemptively pop my fortify health and stamina potions, because I figured I already have a bunch of health and stamina. And I would save it for like emergency situations where I need to quickly get a bunch of stamina or quickly get a bunch of health. And I put them on my hotkeys. But I didn't go ahead and use it beforehand because I'm greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Utilizing our 5Ds of dodgeball here. And then we have a secret 6D, which is damage mitigation. For when we do actually get hit, it doesn't do much damage to us. Oof, oof, oof. The Sanguine Symphony mod is so cool. Especially when you have like a weighty weapon, like a mace or a warhammer or something. You just like, it just looks like you're crushing your enemies. Which is what we like. Ooh. It's just going to be 40 minutes of me making that sound whenever I kill an enemy with a power attack. You're welcome. So the plan with Elsi here is obviously we're not going to be able to outrun her effectively because she's fast, even though she's in full heavy armor. And we only have 77 armor. I mean movement speed. So it's not going to be an like kite sort of angle. It's going to be a bull rush angle. To either stagger her or, if we get lucky, knock her down. First gotta take care of her dark elf bodyguards here. Yeah, see, I was running away, and then I realized that I'm not going to be able to outrun her, so I go over some terrain to get some distance. If you can't get distance with movement speed, get distance with terrain. Tried and true. And I'm not really too worried about her. I'm worried about fighting her alongside of these others. So that's why I'm playing super carefully, trying to bait out the attacks of the others, while keeping an eye on her to make sure that I'm not gonna take a rogue hit from her. She leaves to go get a weapon, which is kind of cool. And we got this nerd. Ooh, still does a lot of damage though. That's why it's nice to have such a big health pool. Ooh, she found an axe. So yeah, I gotta balance keeping space from her and trying to weave in hits on her buddies to be able to, because once we're one-on-one, we can do like shield bashing memes, we can do bull rushing memes, all kinds of memes, but we need it to be one-on-one before we do that. Oops. Fumble fingers there. Turn around. Oh, but it doesn't go off. That's fine. We'll kill that guy, and we'll try again. Sprint, 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 turn. Stumble. Nice. Pretty good damage. Not huge, but, I mean, she isn't full steel plate.
Your end draws near.
It's hard to space when you have such little movement speed, and she's wielding a steel battle staff. That's why we just opt for going for the bull rush again. Turn around, boom, knock her down.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Very nice. And a steel plate Curious of Health is a really nice find on her. She can roll a multitude of different heavy armor enchanted cuirasses. That's one of their better ones. Orcish Curious of Recuperation is really nice as well. Um, as long as it's not like an Iron Curious of, I don't know, anything really. Iron Curious of Disease Resist, please. Please. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Alright, now we go get our prize. Our prize, which is insights, levels, power. Gotta drink up that experience. We have our knock scroll from our starting choices. Alto wine sounds that great, but red wine is pretty good. We've got our insights. Now it's time to jump. Whee! Whee! Then we level up here with all of our juicy insights. What do we get? One-handed, of course. Ooh, almost 50. That's probably gonna let us level up. And I did kill a bear before I came to Valheim. I left it out because it's not that interesting. Just, you know, kiting around the tree. Not really any danger. More stamina, more health. We'll save that other one for when we get 50 one-handed. Trying to decide when I want to do my dexterity dip, but not yet. I want to get fully perked out in our one-handed and heavy armor before we start doing dexterity memes. Next up on our bandit to-do list, White River Watchtower. Nice and easy for one chest. Then we have the Whiterun Overhang. Another easy one. The greed of looting the enemies while you're in the middle of combat. We just feel so strong though, especially since we found this enchanted steel plate armor that gives us even more health. We almost have 300 health. And we're still within the first like 30-40 minutes of gameplay. Feels good, man. A little reading in the middle of combat too. Ooh, look at that. A kitty cat. Has come to help us. Oh, shit. Smacking her all around. But we have the almost as good as the tree is the kiting table. And it gets the same treatment as the bandits. Fortunately, I just used all of my milk and salmon meat, so can't use the heart to make bestial stew. Bada bing, bada boom. 51 handed. Now we can get our second flurry perk. It's all about that DPS. And on to Halted Stream Camp. So here there's one trickster? One trickster outside, I think. Or is there two tricksters outside? I can't remember. I think it's one trickster and a bunch of rangers. And then like one or two melee. Yeah. And then inside it's one trickster, one melee, and then the boss bandit can be anything. It can be a high level trickster, it can be a high level ranged bandit, or it can be a high level melee bandit. So worth looking out for sure. Yeah, it's me. Ooh, 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 ooh. And that's why it's gonna be really nice with axes, especially once we get Juggernaut Effigy, where we can do we have even more mass, so we can reliably bull rush and knock over our enemies. And then our axes do extra damage to stunned or disabled enemies. So it's just a nice little combo there. And out of all the possibilities, I think high level, for this build, high level ranged is the best possibility that we could get for this guy. Definitely the worst for pretty much every build is if this guy's a high level trickster, because orc tricksters are yikes because they have so much health. And if they have like a mage armor scroll, oof, 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 and like scaled or chainmail armor, they're just so incredibly tanky. Look at all this stuff. And then so next up for us is going to be shoot, Broken Hilt. Is that what it's called? I can never remember. The Ghoul Smasher bandit camp that's on top of the mountain here. Past Valenrude. That's going to be our next bandit location. Get some more power attack damage. Like, we're in a weird place because I know that I want to go axes later, so I don't want to level up maces, and leveling up axes right now wouldn't really benefit me either. So we get the 4 bandit random encounter. I've died to this encounter because I underestimated, but not this time. Interestingly enough, with this encounter, there's always one bandit who cowers, who runs away. So it's not actually 4 bandits, it's really just 3 bandits and then 1 bandit who runs away. Encounter. Don't know why that is. But it's pretty, I think, pretty much every time I see this, it happens. So it must be something. So that was one that was running away. At this point, it doesn't even matter. The spacing doesn't even really matter because we just don't take that much damage. We have plenty of health. Looking for the wildlife random encounter there. It's gotten ganked by a saber cat that spawns or trolls that spawn there. Here she's got heavy armor, but it's like she's missing perks. Or maybe I just do that much damage, but it seemed like we did a lot more damage than I would anticipate for a full heavy armor bandit in Orcish. So we get a disease resist helmet, which is very meh. The best thing I've gotten here, I think, has been Undying Breath helmet, but I would take a health regen helmet as well. But disease resist is better than nothing, I guess. We don't lose as much stamina on hit, which means that the heavy armor perk that gives us a little bit of stamina on hit is we get a little bit more. I know I want to go werewolf, so I just go ahead and take the poison resist perk. We're gonna need it eventually, so I might as well just take it. Alright, Silent Moon. Time for our mace upgrade. This was actually one of the more annoying Ron the Crow fights that I've had recently. And you'll see why pretty quickly here. We got I haven't seen that bug in a long time. where for whatever reason, some sort of interaction makes it so that it just tanks your attack speed. Here we go. He's got a staff. I see it. I'm like, oh my god. What kind of staff is that? It's just a lightning spark staff. But regardless, it's super annoying. He's terrible at aiming it, though. If this was old Ron, we would have died there. Old Ron, who gets 3 times damage multiplier on all his hits. But since this is the neutered Ron, not really an issue. And not only is it a lightning spark staff, but it's an unbreakable lightning spark staff, so just super annoying. We opt to just run around and let him run out the charges. It also adds like a weird variable because I don't know when he's gonna like use his swing at me and when he's just gonna keep his charging his staff. So it's just a version of Ron that I'm not used to fighting. The staff wielding Ron. Like here, it's very easy for me to predict what he's gonna do and react accordingly. But when there's a new variable, it's hard for me to read the situation as reliably. But we knock him down, and we get our prize. Steel gauntlets, that's our prize. No. Bouncer is our prize. A lot of times with this loot that I'm taking, my eyes are a bit bigger than my my carry weight. Like I think I have like a healing hand staff or something, because I was like, oh, this will be good when I'm fighting the dragon. I can heal earless. Needless to say that it does not last. It does not make the cut when I'm deciding on what I need to drop in order to keep going. Just like those ingots. Now that's a dirty move right there. A pre-fire, essentially. The Skyrim version of pre-firing. We skip right to veterans. Oof, sorry, dog. And that never gets old, sending them flying. Now we can send them flying while they're still alive instead of only sending them flying when we kill them with our Sanguine Symphony mod. Don't know if that was well-timed or foolhardy, but it looked pretty cool to kill him right in the middle of his power attack. And then nice, the get-up animation absorbs the damage. Gotta love when that happens. I wish it would refund your stamina when that happens, but it's just better to be patient, I guess. So yeah, we haven't really had that any close calls. I think the lowest I've probably gotten is like maybe 30 or 40% health of my health. I don't think I've gotten super low, like. So yeah, we're just feeling very comfy here. And of course, we got our Urbanon, or Ortheim is next. And we still have 11 minutes left on our tonic. I did, I think in Inside Silent Moons, I popped up Bestial Stew, just for the carry, to help with the carry weight. I was like, I'll just eat one of these now. And we have this really weird bandit interaction, where they lose aggro at a very specific point, and then they get aggro back again once they get close to the cave. And then if you don't fight them, then they'll follow you. They'll follow behind you inside of Ortheim and gank you. Real fun stuff. Crush. Very nice. Smashing baddies, what can I say? So yeah, we just like we're very focused into one-handed and heavy armor to begin with, to maximize our safety and our damage, and it's working quite well. Do a little reading in the middle of the fight. Away with you. And this is a pretty scary guy. Except for the fact that he has an iron mace. If this guy had like a dwarven mace, he would be super scary.
You're a fool to fight.
But he doesn't. So it's nice and easy. Pray to Stendar. And then, because I'm not that much of an idiot, we are going to use a summon against Urbanon. It's the safest way. And we can bull rush him while he's... And I've died because I tried to bull rush him, and he just like blenders me with his dual wield power attack when I come in close. All that juicy goodness. It's amazing how easy some of these encounters get when the main enemy is distracted by a summon, and you just can wail on them for free. Makes it quite easy. Just finishing up our heavy armor a little bit. More attack speed. We can get our elemental nullification now, which would have been nice against Urbanon, to be honest. And the last bandit baddies that are going to get smashed are those in Robber's Gorge. Oof. Never gets old. Never gets old. So yeah, our plan with this build, the progression is kind of like bandits, nice heavy armor, werewolf, vampire, axes. You can kill everything. It's as easy as that. We're really just embarrassing these guys at this point. So I'm hoping to go all the way with this build. I've been saying that for like the last couple of builds, I know, but this one I mean it for real. We've got all the tools at with this build that would make it seem like it's going to be easy to go all the way. The orc tool, the dual wielding tool, and the heavy armor tool. With those three things, should be easy. I should at least make it to the bosses. I'll tell you what though, we're not going to die to some random trap. Not with this build. Oof. 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 Ooh, it's brutal. It's brutal, but I love it. But yeah, so that's our first little day of with this build. Just smashing baddies like we do. Bandit baddies. And yeah, so 40 minutes of just smashing bandit baddies. That's how it goes. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you in the next part. Peace.